Welcome to Module 5. Today we're going to dive deep into the technologies that are really powering modern digital transformation. We're talking about how the most successful companies out there build these incredibly strong digital foundations and what that actually means for the future of business.
So, I want you to think of things like AI, IoT, blockchain, and cybersecurity a little differently. They aren't just separate, fancy tools you can buy off a shelf. They're the literal building blocks for any successful digital strategy today. They're all connected, and honestly, understanding how they work together is the real secret sauce.
So, this is the big question we're going to be tackling. What's the real impact of all this? By the end of our time here, you're going to see exactly how these technologies fit together like puzzle pieces to create a truly game-changing effect on how businesses operate.
All right, let's start with our first building block, artificial intelligence, or AI. We live in an age of just information overload, right? Organizations are practically drowning in data. Well, AI is the tool that helps them slice through all that noise, turning piles of raw data into smart, actionable decisions.
So what is AI, really? At its core, it's about giving machines the power to perform tasks that you'd normally need a person for. But we're not just talking about simple, repetitive stuff. We're talking about making complex judgments and analyzing data at a speed and scale that, frankly, no human could ever match.
So, how does AI actually create value? Well, it follows a pretty clear path. It all starts with gathering tons of data. Then, it sifts through all of it, looking for hidden patterns. But the real magic, the part that gives a business a huge leg up, is that last step, using those patterns to predict what's going to happen next.
And this right here is the ultimate payoff for any business. By letting AI handle the tedious, heavy lifting of data analysis, it frees up your people to focus on what humans do best, thinking strategically, being creative, innovating, and really driving the business forward.
Okay, let's move on to the next piece of the puzzle. If you think of AI as the brain of the operation, then the Internet of Things, or IoT, is kind of like the nervous system. It's the vast network that connects the digital world to the physical one, and it's what gathers all that raw data that the AI brain needs to do its work.
Essentially, IoT is just this huge web of connected devices. We're talking about everything from tiny sensors on factory machines or inside shipping containers all the way to your smartwatch. They're all constantly collecting data from the world around us and turning it into a digital stream of information.
The way it works is actually pretty simple when you break it down. First, the devices sense what's going on in the real world. Then, they connect to a network so they can talk to each other. And finally, they transmit all that data to a central system where it can be stored and, more importantly, analyzed.
This example with Michelin is perfect. Think about it. Before IoT, they had a very blurry picture of where their shipments were at any given moment. But by adding simple sensors, they suddenly had this crystal clear, real-time tracking. And that directly led to better logistics and, of course, happier customers.
So you can picture IoT as this constant, nonstop river of data flowing from the physical world into the digital system, feeding it incredibly valuable information, second by second.
And this is exactly where our friend AI steps back in. It takes that raw, messy, continuous stream of data from the IoT network and transforms it into clean, powerful, actionable insights. That synergy, that partnership, is the engine that drives modern digital operations.
Okay, so we're collecting and sharing massive amounts of data. The natural question is, how do you keep it all safe? How do you build trust in this new digital ecosystem? Well, that's where blockchain and cybersecurity come in. They are the guardians of your digital foundation.
Let's quickly break down what blockchain really is. Think of it like a shared digital record book. But the key is that it isn't controlled by any single person or company. Because it's spread out and everyone has to agree on any changes, it becomes incredibly secure and builds a massive amount of trust.
And when you put them side by side, the difference is pretty stark, right? A traditional system can be changed by one person and has a single point of failure. A blockchain system, on the other hand, is distributed, it's resilient, and it's transparent. It's just fundamentally more secure by design.
Now, working alongside blockchain, you have cybersecurity. And this is so much more than just a single tool. It's an entire strategy. It's about deciding who gets to see what data, making sure communication channels are locked down, and constantly monitoring for threats to keep your whole digital world safe.
All right, we've looked at all the individual pieces. Now, let's put it all together and see how they form one seamless, powerful system. Because this is where the real magic of digital transformation happens.
This flow just lays it out perfectly. IoT devices are the senses, gathering all the data. AI is the brain, making sense of it all.
Blockchain is like a tamper-proof vault, securing the most important records. And cybersecurity, that's the shield, protecting the entire system from top to bottom. Every piece has a critical job to do.
Now, if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's that these technologies can't just operate in their own little bubbles. The real power gets unlocked when they're integrated horizontally across the entire business. That's what gives you total clarity and lets you manage risk in a much, much smarter way.
So, we've explored how all these powerful technologies come together to build a rock-solid digital foundation. Now it's your turn. Your assignment is your chance to apply these concepts and design your own enabling technology foundation. Thanks for watching, and let's get started.